took a while there, and then I forgot that they moved the room. Just chatting away to a player that might be going to free agency soon, just checking in how she was doing.
And with that, we will Jason, go ahead and kick us off.
Mark, I guess.
Oh, for you.
Okay. Mark, I guess I'll start with we've seen when the full complement of players are available, pretty much a diamond, I think, almost every single time. Today, obviously, a shift. What informed that? Was that Portland? Was that SAR? Was it sort of a mix of?
Ule. Yeah, signing Ule changes everything for us, and it's, I think, soccer and trying to play or coach soccer people can make it more complicated. You've got to get your most talented players on the pitch, and Ule changes that dynamic massive. And I think she did well tonight, but this is just the beginning. She's had so much information thrown at her this week. We're playing the biggest game of the season so far, and we're trusting her with set pieces, we're trusting her with defending, we're trusting her with being in the key position at the right time of attack. So Ule, gives us. That's why we've changed and started to look at this shape before all the players have come back, because we wanted to prepare the midfield and the back line. And then, of course, details tonight, how we played, a few details were specific to spaces. We don't get to decide the spaces when we're defending, because Portland choose how to attack, and we can't do. We don't get to choose what spaces there are in attack. Portland get the first choice with how they defend, and we want to take advantage of the space that there was, and then create more space as we got into build-up.
It seemed like a pretty successful start, maybe first 20 minutes. Portland sort of, from the press box at least, seemed to sort of slow things down for you from there. Did you see something change in how they adapted to the energy that your team was putting out?
I think my snapshot now might not be fair, but Weaver's goal is the only moment I felt that they could have it felt like in that half, and I told the fourth that it was the only time that they were in our half in the second half. They gave the soft foul on the halfway line, and suddenly we're defending in our own half, and suddenly Weaver breaks through for the first time. We obviously got the ball back and then attacked and lost it, but that was the only moment that I thought Portland were in the game. Then that 5 minutes after, because they were like, they could breathe, and us, we were a bit deflated. 5 minutes after the goal, the only period, I think 85 minutes was all us. Really loved the bravery of the back line and the midfield to play. This Portland team's been built to press. The players that have been brought to that team, they're there to press and hunt and put pressure on the ball, and we took that on. That's my feeling now, emotional feeling is the 5 minutes after the goal. They had energy, Sugita was on, she's a problem, and we were just trying to stabilise. And I think we had a water break at some point. I said, guys, don't let the fucking scoreline define our energy or our behaviour, because you've killed them all game. Don't look at the scoreboard. Our chance is going to come, because we're playing well and we deserve a chance. And I think the energy came back, and fortunately we got a chance there with the penalty. And we climbed back in, and I thought, we had 8 minutes to go. I thought only one team was going to win it, and that's where actually both teams chased, and it was pretty 50-50 there in stoppage time. Faced some corners that we didn't need to face.
Other questions for Coach?
Thank you.
Andre, you've got your Ronaldinho jersey on.
That's Marta. What do you mean, Ronaldinho?
I was going to say Carolyn, actually. I switched up.
Listen, maybe. Wanted to have you talk about Ule a little bit more. I mean, this is my first time being able to see her live, and it just seems like she's already developing a pretty good connection with at least Rodman and also Sanchez. So I know you just mentioned that she changes the way you play, so I just want to have you talk about her a little bit more.
Yeah, so Houston, and then you saw tonight, I think soccer IQ, soccer intelligence, before we get involved in coaching, soccer players who are smart find ways, and they get excited to play together. I think Sanchez returned and came in early. She was supposed to come in on Wednesday. She ended up coming in to start training on Monday, but she came to our game on the Saturday so early because she wanted to watch, and Ule played in that training game, and Sanchez was like, get me on the pitch with her. This is fun. And we saw that in training. We saw that in Houston. Ule has a lot of quality in defending and attacking. Yeah, we have seen nothing yet, and this is a lot for her. Luckily, her English is really good, but still, it's a lot. For any foreigner to come to this league, is really hard. Of course, we'd love that she could have been here through pre-season and get 8 or 9 weeks. Now she's facing these big, like Houston. To do that to any player who's been in this league for 10 years, never mind, to go and play in Houston. I apologise before we left, I apologise before the game, and I apologise after the game. I hope we didn't scare them off. Top player, top quality. The more games she plays, the more that we will see her personality. Final pass, finishing ability is unreal. When I was preparing to play against France in the Euros, they had to choose between Malard or Oulé. And all the Dutch staff, no one wanted Oulé because she can come feet, she can beat you in behind, she can dribble. We were hoping that Malard would start. It didn't matter anyway because we were nowhere near France on that day. But that's the respect that a lot of us on the international side then gave her. And yeah, when we had a chance to talk to her, I couldn't believe it. And we almost didn't go full throttle at first because I didn't think we'd have a chance. But we did, and I talked about it at the time. Michelle, Mark, Corian do things properly. She visited, she came to team meetings, she came to watch training before we even did a deal. She wanted to see everything, and the team made sure that she wanted to be here, which is maturity, because players in the room probably thinking, whose spot is she taking? We told the team before that a future player is going to come and visit, and this is different. It doesn't happen at senior level, or it happens at college, but please be nice because she can help us. And the team are interested in Michelle's vision and making us better, and they did a great job making sure that she came. And Ines was big help. Great start to get her a lot of minutes. First player 45, couldn't take her off the pitch and got 60, 65 out of her. I hope she can recover now and get ready for next week.
And wanted to ask about, I believe you were in 4-3-3 at the first half, and then you switched to a 4-2-3-1 in the second half, if that's...
Well, no, it was... okay, let's say no. It's all attack and defending. So in possession, you saw Paige and Andy next to each other. And out of possession, they play with 2 holding with Sam, with Coffee and Rocky, and then Porter. But let's say it's Sam and Rocky. So Sanchez is on her own, so we needed, when we got it right, Paige was there on Coffee and Gabby stepped up to being patient. Yeah, it's either we're going to get really big and make it really hard for these guys and be brave, or they're going to win the ball back from us because they're pressing monsters. And yeah, we went all in on making it hard for them and felt like we got a lot of success. And Oulé and Trin, we wanted 1v1s, 2v1s. We got them. We didn't really make the most of them when we got them, and if we'd had 3 or 4 games before this one, I think we have more end product. But players just got off a plane, they've been on the pitch for a few days, and things will take a bit of time.
Jason?
Mark, obviously you had, with some of these players coming back from the World Cup, the fitness levels, the mentality levels are all in a different place. Trinity and Andy both went 90. Ashley came out a little earlier. Where were they at? Was this something you had to sort of feel out through the game, or did you enter knowing they can definitely go 90?
Yeah, Trin and Andy were 75 to 90, but we felt confident they'd be 90. Trin just come out because she started to feel something. She's fine. And then Sanchez was 45 to 60, but I've had players return that didn't play in major tournaments before, and they haven't trained, done nothing for 4 weeks. It's really tough. And actually, Gabby Cole has returned from not playing, and I think Canada did a tremendous job because Gabby Cole, she surprised us last week, and then she did 75 today. It didn't happen, unfortunately. I don't think Sanchez had the training while away to be able to jump up. So we pushed her. We had Chloe and Cam, and I literally looked at Chloe and Cam and said, "We're going to push them until the energy drops, and then you're ready to go." Sanchez got to 60, 65, can't remember. That will help us next week. I think Sanchez will be able to kick on now. But yeah, it's talked to a few other coaches. Yeah, it's interesting seeing players return. I've been here before. Fitness levels on some countries returning have been a little bit lower than we thought, and yeah, so we have to be smart and can't win can't make a playoff today. We can't win a championship today. So we're trying to win this game, but not put players at risk.
Literally the last thing that happened in the game was Hatch looked like she had a clash of heads.
Yeah, she's doing it okay. However, the signs are really good, but we need give us a few days. As in, my mindset is whenever I see that, I see it in the Premier League on the men's side all the time, or I'm watching the NWSL game, I see something and I'm just like, we won't know for a day or two, and Same with Hatch. Great signs, but we need to give it a day or two. The biggest sign to tell me that she was doing fine is she got up as I approached her. She finally got up and she said, "I'm so sorry." I said, "Sorry for what?" And she freaking just equalised. And she said, "Sorry for when I gave the ball away for their goal." I'm like, "Hatch, are you kidding me?" I wanted to say other people allowed the space to open up, but I said, "Thank you so much for getting us back in the game." There was a long wait for the penalty. In the mind games, when the penalty taker is there and has to wait a long time, research shows chances decrease actually. And she's ice cold, and she did what she needed to do, and she was practicing yesterday. She missed a couple, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And then everyone went, and she came back and practiced again. And we had a guy goalkeeper in, and he was flying around, and Hatch scored after everyone left, and I was like, I feel a penalty coming, and it's her decision to go back and practice again. Felt like if we got one, I knew what was going to happen, and good on Hatch, the way she said, "All right, I'm going to go back. I want to get this right," and that's her, total professional. Okay, thanks guys. Thanks for your patience tonight.
Love that we need to open up the room.
All right, we have Aubrey Kingsbury and Ashley Hatch. Jason, kick us off.
Thanks to you both for speaking to us. Ashley, I guess I'll start with you. Literally the last thing that happened in the game, I was kind of surprised that you were available to speak to us right now. You doing all right? Is everything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good. I just got a little whiplash, so I'll be probably sore, but I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
I guess to think of the whole game from both of your perspectives, it seemed like a really high energy start, first 20 minutes, and then maybe Portland kind of bogged it down a little bit. They maybe adjusted. I was wondering what you saw from either end of the pitch sort of as that played out.
Do you want to start or you want me to start?
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we knew coming into this game that it was going to be a high-energy game, especially with all of our fans, our whole team back together, back at home. So we wanted to start the game off strong. I think if we would have put one away earlier, it would have helped us. But I'm really proud of how the whole team played, and especially our defense. They were just locked down, thanks to Obs over here. But yeah, they stole a little bit of momentum from us. But I think overall we're really happy with the performance.
Yeah, I echo what she said. Much better from us coming off the Houston game in terms of keeping possession, being more patient on the ball, switching the play, and now it's just finishing, creating better quality chances in the final third. But yeah, really proud of our defensive effort. I think that's kind of the starting block, and once we have that nailed down, now we can focus on other things like finishing our attacks.
Actually, I do want to ask, Mark mentioned the formation shift was in part because Ule has been impressive.
Continue to grow. Continue to grow.
Just one quick question for both of you. How did it feel to have that record crowd out there tonight, especially in the PK? I saw both of you guys kind of, as soon as the crowds got into it, especially once you scored the PK, it was like really loud and electric. How did you both feel about the crowd tonight?
I love playing at Audi. I think this team hits a new level at Audi. We're incredibly hard to beat, and I think the crowd really propelled us through the end, especially getting that penalty. We knew Hatchie would make it. But yeah, we had some good chances there at the end. I thought maybe we'd come away with the win. So just love playing at home. Really exciting to see that it's a record crowd, and I think we're building towards something great under Michelle Kang. And if we can keep getting the fans to come, it will really help us to get the points needed down the road.
Yeah, I agree with Obs. The crowd has been great, and it gives us so much energy, and we look forward to playing at Audi. So keep coming.
This one, I think more for Aubrey just because you were closer. I'm wondering what you saw on Sophia Smith's injury, and then the second part.
Looked like they were maybe testing her knee, so I hope it's just, a little knock and nothing serious. Of course, she's a friend, a teammate of mine, so would never wish any serious injury on anybody. But yeah, hopefully, I'm sure we'll hear in the coming days. Definitely a big loss for them. Hannah Betford came in. She's a fellow Wake Forest grad, and I thought she's done well this summer, and she did well as well as Sophia. But yeah, for us, I think it's, of course, we're aware of Sophia Smith, especially after she punished us last game. So it's keeping that same mentality and making sure we're tight. They're not turning, they're not dribbling at us. And credit to our back line, I think they were great all 90 minutes, regardless of who was in the game.
Over Jonathan.
Hello to both of you. Jonathan Tannenwald from the Philadelphia Inquirer. Is there a temptation in this first big home game back after a World Cup that I realize both of you were at? So I'm trying. No, we're not at. So I'm trying to. We weren't. I'm trying to ask the question as politely as I can, and already stumbling over it, I realize. Is there a temptation in a moment like this to say, I've got to make a statement game today because of the moment that it's in right now? And concurrent with that, is do you have it in the back of your head, I might want to make a statement game right now, but there's still a lot left of the year, and I don't want to peak too early in the year?
I mean, I think you want to come out every single game and do your absolute best. So for me, I want every game to be a statement game. But yeah, that's how I feel personally, especially when we're playing in front of our fans at Audi Field. I think as a team and as a group, we're still growing. I'm happy with the direction that we're going, but I still think our best soccer as a unit is still ahead of us.
Yeah, I would say on behalf of Hatch, like, she had a great summer while we were gone. So I don't think anything changes. She continues to score goals in big moments. That's who she is. Great to have her on my team. And being a goalkeeper, my position is definitely a little bit reactionary. So usually when I'm trying to overplay, like, it's not going to end well. But complete performance, not necessarily standing on my head, but just doing whatever is necessary. Credit to Morgan Weaver. I thought that was an incredible finish today. Unfortunate that, yeah, that was kind of one of their only few chances. So yeah, hopefully going forward we can get some shutouts and get some wins, because we need 3 points to make a move up the table.
Peyton?
Hi, Aubrey. So you just alluded to that, but besides getting to play with Vice, there aren't a ton of alumni from Wake Forest in the league. So I just was wondering if you could elaborate, if you have any feelings about getting to play against someone who came from that program, and kind of like if that means anything to you, getting to see that in younger players coming up.
Yeah, I'm definitely a proud Wake alum. There's a couple, maybe 5 or 6, including Bailey Feist, in the league. And she stepped up, I thought, this summer when Sophia was gone, and scored some really good goals. I think she even scored one in their last game, right, against North Carolina. So
Aspect of it, especially after a long VAR delay, having to step up and then just bury it the way that you did. Could you take us through that a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. I think as a forward, you're always hoping that you're going to get the opportunity no matter what minute of the game it is. So when the ref went over to the VAR, I was just trying to stay calm and just take a lot of deep breaths and just stay present and just stay in the moment, not get too high, not get too nervous, just stay pretty neutral and as calm as I can, so that when I step up, I'm confident in my abilities and I kind of stick to my routine. So that's kind of what's going through my head.
And Jason?
This question's for Aubrey. It's kind of about the penalty, though. It seemed like the ball goes out of play. I know I saw you gesturing at one point. It seemed like everyone's kind of understood to not take the throw, but were you having to communicate, or was everyone just sort of figuring out, like, let's wait and see if he's going to actually take the call here?
yeah, I think once the ball is back in play, they can't check it. So yeah, from the bench, from me, everyone around, we were kind of like, no rush. Like, let's wait a minute. And yeah, I was kind of like asking the coaching staff, how's it look? Because, you know, they've got their iPad and everything. But yeah, usually when they send them to the screen, it's a good chance that there's going to be one. So I was telling all the players actually to get on the spots to make sure, you know, we would get the rebound if there would be one. So I told Ashley, and they're like, wait, no. She's like, I'm probably not going to do it. And I'm like, you're right. You're going to score it. Like, so.
But you were ready, so that's
But yeah, I was like, yeah, okay, you're right. Let's just get ready, but you're ready. You're going to score. We don't need the rebounds.
And Peyton, wraps up.
Thank you. Hi, Ashley. So that was, according to what I'm looking at, your third result-changing penalty in stoppage of your NWSL career, which is now the most in the league. I was wondering if you have any comment on that.
No, I'm I'm happy that I'm able to step up for the team and they trust me to take penalties in those big moments, because I know they're not easy. But yeah, I'm just grateful that my team trusts me with the opportunity.
Congratulations on that, though.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Ashley and Aubrey. We will see you next Sunday.
Thanks,
Thanks, guys.